Tonight on UCentral News. A major development happened today with the Oklahoma governor's race. Find out more next. The new student body president and vice president have been announced. UCentral's own Shanice Hopkins sat down with the new leaders.
We have some rain in our forecast. When will that hit us and how bad will it be? I'll have that full weather update for you later in the show.
And the Thunder just ended their historic regular season. Ben Quadu has all of the playoff details.
Hello Broncos, I'm Valerie Scott and I've got your social media news. Stay tuned to find out which two-time Grammy winner has been hospitalized and a first look at Johnny Depp's unrecognizable character in his new film.
All that and more happening right now on UCentral News.
Live from Central Oklahoma, this is UCentral News.
Joining us, I'm Shanice Hopkins.
And I'm Abby Avers. Welcome to this edition of UCentral News.
A major development in Oklahoma's 2026 governor race today as the first Democrat has officially entered the field.
That's right. House Minority Leader Cindy Munson has launched her campaign, making the announcement to enter the race. Munson, who represents House District 85 in Oklahoma City, outlined key issues in her campaign platform, including increased funding for public education, tax relief for working and middle-class families, and a public vote on the state's current abortion law. Several Republicans have already announced their campaigns, including Attorney General Gentner Drummond, former House Speaker Charles McCall, former State Senator Matt Mazie, and Lisa Mitchell Haynes. Munson filed her campaign paperwork with the Oklahoma Ethics Commission on Monday. If elected, Munson would become the first woman of color to serve as Oklahoma's governor. She has acknowledged that Democrats face long odds in the state that has elected Republicans to all statewide offices since 2011. We'll continue to follow this development in this race as the 2026 election draws closer.
The Oklahoma State Department of Education announced a new signing bonus program today aimed at addressing special education teacher shortages. The initiative offers up to $20,000 for the certified special education teachers moving to Oklahoma and $10,000 for those entering the profession. Additional retention bonuses will be available in the second year. The program is expected to bring in up to 110 teachers with $1.875 million in total incentives. Applications for the 2025-2026 school year open in May and run through September 1st. Now we're going to toss it to Gwyneth for our first look at weather.
Thank you guys. And looking at reflectivity right now, we have some clouds moving into the state. And if you can look right there, we do have some rain. Now that's really not going to hit Edmond, so you don't have to worry about that because right now we're having clear skies. You can see some remnants of those clouds as they begin to move in, but really we're not going to see much of that. It feels great outside right now. We're sitting at 68 degrees, fair and sunny, not too hot, not too cold. We're sitting at some light winds coming from the east. Now it is feeling a little bit hotter out there than it actually says that it is because of those light winds and because of that UV index. It's just so high. It's tanning worthy. So if you're outside, you're going to want to put some sunscreen on because you could definitely get some burns while you're walking outside on campus. As we look ahead, temperatures are going to be reaching the 90s this week. That's on Thursday. That's something to look out for. We are having a low and high pressure system that's supposed to move through during the weekend. Now this is going to cause storms and rain chances. I'll touch on that later in the show. Our temperatures are going to lower Saturday and Sunday because of that. And then as we look at Friday evening to Sunday afternoon, this is what we're looking at. As you can see, we do have that storm remaining in the state for quite a long while. Now that could cause some flooding in Oklahoma. That's something to keep an eye out on. I'll give you that full forecast on the severe possibilities for this weekend later in the show. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Gwyneth. Following the UCO Student Association runoff election,
the student body has officially elected a new president and vice president for the 2025-2026 school year. Shanice Hopkins sat down to talk about their win.
Unite for Change, Commit to Progress, Own the Future. That's the campaign that won Alex and Emma the campaign for the student body president and vice president seats for the 2025-2026 school year. First off, thank you guys for joining me. How are you guys feeling after announcing last night that you did indeed win?
We're feeling great. Thank you for having us.
Of course.
We are very happy about the results. We work really hard and we're glad it paid off.
Right. So then I kind of mentioned your campaign a little bit, but could you walk me through your campaign and what some of you guys' goals were for the next school year?
Yeah.
So for us, it's like Unite for Change. It's like we want to bring everyone on campus together to be able to build effective solutions. Commit to Progress is that we will be consistent with our campaign goals and do everything within our power to be able to achieve those. And then Own the Future is that we want to have long-term goals that future UCOSA congresses or even future administrations can build off of.
Right.
And one of our main goals as a campaign is that we want to increase student engagement in either like various events, community events, more volunteering, anything related to representing UCO on a bigger stage.
What is a big pressing issue that you see that affects the student body?
Yeah, so the biggest thing is this gap, right? So I kind of talked about this in my address at the town hall. There's a gap between residents and non-residents. There's a gap between people who stay on campus, and there's a gap between people who are not on campus, right? We want to bridge that gap to make one giant UCO community. And we want to do that through initiatives, engagement, letting people know what resources are out there, and letting people know what UCO is in the broader Edmonton community as well.
So then, what is something that you would like to see from the student body during your term?
Yeah, and well, as they want to see from us, we want to be, transparent, all that stuff. But of course, we want to see from them they are giving their all back to us as well. So as we make those new initiatives, as we make those new events, we want to see people turning up to those events, turning up to those initiatives, spreading the word. We want people to be engaged in UCOR, engaged in group meets, talking about us, and that's the big thing.
Well, I just want to thank you guys again for joining us on UCentral today. I'm going to toss it back to Abby at the desk.
Thank you, Shanice. Several UCO students and organizations have been recognized last week at the Campus Leadership Awards. UCO Student Engagement hosted the annual award ceremony in the Nye University Center. Aubrey Frazier, the Director of Student Engagement, gave us a little more insight on the event. Frazier said, quote, "Student leaders and organizations take tremendous pride in the work they do. Recognizing their contributions through events like the Campus Leadership Awards is not only meaningful, it's necessary." 41 individuals and 14 organizations received awards this year, all recognized by the 8 different selection committees across campus. Some of the awards including Outstanding Senior, Commitment to Health and Wellness, and Bronco Spirit Award.
Now, Abby, Gwyneth kind of mentioned that there might be some storms, severe weather this weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. Gwyneth will have their full weather when we come back.
The University of Central Oklahoma grows and thrives. We move to meet our students where they are and get them where they want to go. Over time, thousands of students have made the move to UCO. They come to pursue their passions and find their calling, to improve their lives, families, and communities. UCO moves and motivates students in and out of the classroom. Here, potential takes flight. Our students' curiosity ignites a spark that fuels transformation. Oklahoma's Metropolitan University, the university that hasn't stopped moving since 1890. In fact, we are gaining momentum. This is where movement is. This is the University of Central Oklahoma.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. Why? I'm high. Oh.
Good afternoon and welcome back, Broncos. We currently have two high pressure systems sitting on top of our state. It's making it feel pretty nice out there. We're looking at sunny skies, a little bit of wispies in the air, but really nothing out there. 69 degrees. It's feeling great outside. Winds are pretty low, but they are going to increase as we go into tomorrow night. We're looking at humidity pretty low as well, and then that UV index is pretty high. We're looking at a 7. So if you are really fair skinned, you might want to put on some sunscreen because you could burn out there. Looking at our current conditions, we're looking at 70 degrees in OKC, 69 in Woodward, 70 in Tulsa. Overall, a really nice day. Those temperatures are pretty blanketed across the state. We're not seeing much variety because of those super light winds. As we go into tonight, another really nice night. We're looking at 50 degrees. It will be slightly cool out there, but those winds are going to be so light that it won't be too bad when you go outside tonight. Our humidity is going to be pretty low as well at 54%, and we do have a 10% chance of precipitation, but really we're not going to see anything up here in Edmond, and if we do, it'll be some really, really light rain. As we look across the state tonight, 47 in Woodward, 50 degrees in OKC, and 47 degrees in Tulsa. A really nice night. As we go into tomorrow, though, those temperatures are going to rise quite a bit. We're going to start off in the morning pretty cool. We're going to be at 7 a.m. cool, 51 degrees. We are going to start out with still a chance of precipitation. Once again, it's going to be very light, 10%, not too bad, right? But tomorrow we have a chance for scattered storms pretty much all day. So our main chances for that will be 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. That's something to keep an eye on, especially if you have to walk outside for going to classes or being on campus in general. You're definitely going to want to look at the radar. As we go into noon, those winds are going to come up quite a bit. We're looking at 24-mile-per-hour gusts out there. If you're wanting to walk outside tomorrow, put your hair up because those gusts are going nowhere, especially into the nighttime. And then as we look at tomorrow across the state, overall, a way hotter day than we saw today. Up in Guyman, it's pretty much going to reach 90 degrees. That's insane in spring. We do have a low chance of severe weather tomorrow. Now, we're really not going to see anything in Edmond, but since it's scattered, since Oklahoma is so unpredictable, this is something to note. As we go into Friday evening to Sunday afternoon, we're having a massive wave of storms that's going to move throughout our state. Now, it doesn't look like it's going to hit Edmond, right? But I promise you're going to see some rain this upcoming weekend. This could ruin Easter plans that you may have had for outside. So definitely plan to keep your Easters inside, not really an outside scavenger hunt day, sadly. As we look ahead, temperatures reaching the 90s this week, then we have that low pressure system that's going to bring that rain mixed with that high pressure system, which could see some severe storms. As we look at our 7-day, we're looking at Tuesday, Wednesday. Look at how dramatic this changes right there. 68 to 83, that's going to go up quite a bit. Then as we go into the weekend, we're looking at chances of rain pretty much every day, and those temperatures drop a little bit because of that. Chances of thunderstorms are likely Saturdays, so that is something to keep an eye on. Now, Shanice, Abby, did you have any plans on Easter that are now going to be ruined?
Well, I'm just kind of sad for all the kids that might want to go Easter egg hunting outside. It seems like that would completely ruin that. What about you?
Yeah, I didn't really have any outside plans, but once again, like for anybody that wants to go Easter egg hunting outside, It's definitely not going to be an option. What about you, Abby?
Well, I was actually supposed to be at the lake, but my family canceled, so that's unfortunate, but what are you going to do? Thank you, Gwyneth. Up next, find out which news outlet is facing scrutiny by President Trump.
And the federal antitrust trail with Mark Zuckerberg's company Meta. Valerie Scott has your social media news after the break.
It's time to explore, to come out and play. Our city is waiting, so what do you say? Whether daytime or nighttime, the right time is now. Finding those moments to make you go wow. Amazing new places to fit every mood. Shopping and dining. Did we mention the food? There are green parks and ballparks and water parks too. Museums, attractions, and also a zoo. The modern frontier is the friendliest place. Now is the time for your dreams to be chased.
It's the Roadway Replay.
Time for the lightning round, Brian. Let's rewind your drive to work. How far did your car travel while you checked your phone? 20 feet, 100 feet, the length of a football field?
100 feet.
Oh, sorry, Brian. In just 3 seconds on the highway, your car traveled the length of a football field.
Distracted driving? It's no game.
Hello Broncos, I'm Valerie Scott and I've got your social media news. Katy Perry is at an exciting and high point in her life, literally and figuratively. She just returned from space, part of Blue Origin's historic all-female mission yesterday. Blue Origin's owner, Jeff Bezos, welcomed back his fiancée, Lauren Sanchez. Crew member Katy Perry celebrated her safe return by kissing the ground. The flight lasted about 10 minutes, crossing the internationally recognized boundary of space. They experienced weightlessness and incredible views of Earth from above. Perry called the ride the highest high, and she'll definitely be writing a song about it. She's keeping the momentum going. Her 5th concert tour, the Lifetime Tour, kicks off on April 23rd in Mexico City. Get ready, Johnny Depp fans. Guess who's back on the big screen? Depp is making his big return to U.S. cinemas in a brand new thriller called Day Drinker. Yesterday, Lionsgate gave a first look into Depp's unrecognizable character. This will be his first major American film since his high-profile trial with Amber Heard. The movie will be filmed in Spain with director Mark Webb. Depp is teaming up with Penelope Cruz and Outer Banks star Madeline Klein. Get ready for mystery, drama, and Depp doing what Depp does best. Day Drinker is officially in the works, but won't be in theaters until 2026. Rapper Lil Nas X is in the hospital after experiencing partial paralysis in his face. X revealed his condition is in a series of videos posted to social media on Monday. In one video, he attempted to smile from his hospital bed, but only half of his face complied. In the caption, the rapper wrote that he lost control of the right side of his face. Lil Nas X did not reveal his cause of his condition. Meta's federal antitrust trial kicked off Monday in Washington, D.C., with CEO Mark Zuckerberg taking the stand. The FTC is accusing Meta of illegally building a social networking monopoly through its acquisitions of Instagram and WhatsApp. The FTC initially filed a lawsuit in December 2020, but it was thrown out 6 months later. However, the agency was allowed to amend and refile its case months after it was dismissed. There will not be a jury, which means a judge will be issuing the final ruling. If he does rule against Meta, the company could be forced to sell Instagram and WhatsApp. President Donald Trump appears to be angered by a recent 60 Minutes report on Greenland and Ukraine. He's now urging the Federal Communications Commission to, quote, punish CBS for airing reports he, quote, doesn't like. In a Truth Social post, the president said the network should lose its licensings. He also expressed his hope that newly appointed FCC Chair Brendan Carr will impose maximum fines and punishment for what he called unlawful and illegal behavior. However, there is no evidence of illegal behavior by the network. The latest controversy comes amid Trump's ongoing legal battle with CBS and its parent company Paramount Global. That's a wrap on Tuesday's social media news. Abby, Shanice, back to you.
Thank you, Valerie. Coming up, the Thunder just finished their historic regular season.
Ben Quadu will give you an update on who they may play in the first round of the playoffs. Stay with us.
Rugged, rough, built for the road ahead. Sometimes I feel like a shell of a man.
Commercials are fake. What you're feeling isn't. Call or text 988, Oklahoma's mental health lifeline.
Did you hear?
Todd's in the hospital.
Who's Todd? He got a collapsed lung from vaping. He thought it was cool.
Not cool.
Promise you won't vape, Emma. It can lead to a lifelong addiction, and we can't be friends if your lungs collapse.
Bogus.
Wacky sitcom teens aren't the best people to talk to your kid about vaping.
Hey, you got a minute?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
The University of Central Oklahoma grows and thrives. We move forward, daily living the Bronco way, being reflective of our neighborhood, community, history, and Oklahoma. This is what has made us who we are. Oklahoma's Metropolitan University, the third largest university in Oklahoma. This is where movement is. This is the University of Central Oklahoma.
Hi sports fans, I'm Ben Quadri and here's your UCentral Sports Update. The baseball team fell short to number 3 ranked Central Missouri this past Sunday, with the final being 3-2 in 10 innings. After this loss, Central Oklahoma is currently 29-11 and 19-9 in MIAA. Dak Sharp started and pitched the whole game, ultimately a walk-off 2-run home run in the 10th inning gave UCM the win over the Broncos. UCO is currently playing at Rogers State and it is the bottom of the third and the score is 2-2. Central Oklahoma will host Northwest Missouri this weekend with the series starting Thursday and ending Saturday. Leading off, the 5th-ranked UCO Broncos softball playing their final regular season game doubleheader this season against rival Southern Nazarene University. Luke Underwood will give you a full recap tomorrow. At the moment, the score is 5-1. The ladies Bronco golf team is wrapping up MIAA conference tournament in Kearney, Nebraska, and rounded out the top 5 as a team. The Broncos' day is done as the team finished 96 strokes over par in 3 rounds. Michaela Cowan and Estella Castillo finished top 20 in the individual placing at 17th and 20th respectively. The Oklahoma City Thunder have ended their historic regular season with a 68-14 record. The Thunder also finished the 24-25 season with a point differential of 1,055, the biggest differential in NBA history. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the NBA leading scorer, averaged 32.7 points per game. Now, the Grizzlies and Warriors will kick off MIAA, the play-in tournament tonight at 9 p.m. The winner of that game will play Houston Rockets in the round 1 of the playoffs. The loser will play the Mavericks and Kings game. The winner of that will play the Thunder in the first round of the playoffs. We will find out who we will play on Friday. The Thunder will host the first 2 games of the playoffs starting this Sunday. That's all I got for today, guys. Back to the desk.
Thank you, Ben. Coming up, how tariffs and inflation have been hitting Oklahoma businesses.
And Gwyneth will have your last look at weather. We'll be right back.
I'm an ex-drug dealer, and I'll be your sub today. Two milligrams of fentanyl can be lethal. A lethal dose is in here. Who gets it, I won't know.
It's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable. The sad reality is, fentanyl is being mixed into everything now.
More kids should know.
Expanding horizons, making room for the new. The modern frontier is ready for you. There's more to discover, more fun to be found. Our city is rising, just look around. Attractions, adventures, excitement and thrills, rooms of beauty and history where knowledge is filled. A convergence of cultures in spectacular places, open skies, open minds, and wide open spaces. The modern frontier awaits you to embrace it.
Asian markets across the U.S. could see price hikes because of the tariff war with China. One owner in Oklahoma fears he could lose business because of this. Isabel Flores reports.
The Trump administration has implemented a 145% tariff increase on imports to China. But China has now implemented a 125% tariff increase on the U.S. Many Asian supermarkets ship a lot of their items from countries like China.
If the tariff starts after this inventory, I'm pretty sure it's going to go up a lot.
Bung Sing is the owner of the OK Asian supermarket on Lewis Avenue. He imports items for his shop like sauces, noodles, and even kitchenware, all the way from China. He tells me that in order to stay afloat, he may have to increase prices.
To be able to open my store, I have to increase the price.
With the possible price increase he expects to pay on imports, he's scared it could affect business.
It will hit more harder to the buyer, the consumer. It will hurt more people, the peoples, you know.
I just want my food.
Glenda Enriquez is a regular customer at the OK Asian market. She says her favorite thing to buy is the fish, but she's not too worried about the tariffs.
Prices everywhere increase. You go to Walmart, you see changes in some of the prices, groceries.
She tells me even if prices go up, she'll keep coming to OK Asian Mart because of the service and quality of food she gets.
I'll pay for it as long as I got what I want.
Singh tells me he'll know more about what steps he needs to take after his next inventory, depending on how prices change.
Thank you. Now we're going to toss it to Gwyneth for our last look at weather.
Thank you guys, and looking at our conditions for tomorrow, starting off, just going to give you a rundown here. Starting at 7 a.m., it's going to be pretty cool, 51 degrees. Oklahoma likes to start off their mornings pretty cool to kind of trick you, but don't be fooled because by 7 p.m. we're going to be at 82 degrees. Now we do have some scattered showers chances tomorrow across the state. We're looking at 10% at 7 a.m. and then 15% at noon. Overall, we have a total of a 20% chance for tomorrow. That's something to keep an eye on because you're going to probably be outside for college, for classes, anything like that. Our winds are going to be pretty high tomorrow, so if you have long hair like me, probably want to put it up because it's not going to be too nice. 24-mile-per-hour gusts out there, not too nice of a gust. As we look at our 7-day forecast, we're looking at Tuesday, we have 68 degrees, and then by Wednesday, we're going to increase to 83 degrees. We are, like I said, going to see a chance for scattered storms on Wednesday, about 20%. Going into Wednesday night, we're not going to drop low much because of the high winds. We're going to be at 66 degrees. And then because of the really high winds at night and because our temperatures won't drop, Thursday is definitely going to be a miserable day. We're going to be looking at degrees as high as 90. And if you look across the state that day, we're probably even going to see triple digits for places like Diamond or anywhere north or south of our state. We're going to be seeing a high pressure system mixed with a low pressure system Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And Shanice, Abby, we were supposed to have Easter, but obviously it's not looking like we can do that.
We're getting some bit of those April showers right now, but they're like really hitting hard right now.
Yes,
sure.
Absolutely.
Well, unfortunately, that is all the time we have for today, and this is our last Tuesday show of the semester. So I'm Shanice.
I'm Abby Avers.
And I'm Gwyneth Duncan.
Thank you so much for tuning in this semester.